Greetings, badasses. How's it going? My name is Julia. And this is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits. None of the bullshit. Sorry, I am doing something real quick. Got distracted. That's the last one. Wayfair. Okay, sorry. How's it going? So I did something. And I'm going to tell you about it, and I'm going to tell you why I fucking quit doing it. I have no idea, by the way, what this is going to be, so I can't tell you what this is going to be. I am just going to do some fucking yoga because I have a massive, I have a hip problem. And it's related to this asthma medication that I have tried. I'm going to have to talk to my pulmonologist. And I quit taking it. And I really got to give it a week to see if it improves. Because out of nowhere, I mean, listen, I'm 56. I get that sometimes, right, something is going to start aching out of fucking nowhere. But that doesn't generally happen for me. So, that being said, I'm going to do some yoga. I don't know what it's going to look like. It's going to be addressing some hip shit. The other thing I was going to tell you about, and this is, I caved, and then I came back to myself. And the reason I got to turn on this fan so that the camera doesn't overheat. Let me talk a little bit about this. And I'm going to tell you what's what. So, long haul COVID fucked me hard, right? Without any lube. And not in a fun way. Early on in the pandemic, right? The end of February, I got sick. Beginning of March. And then I didn't get out of bed until the end of May. And, there were all kinds of problems post-COVID, right? It changed my eyesight. I have severe asthma. I had pre-diabetes, which I didn't have before. Of course, I didn't have the same physicality that I did pre-COVID. I was teaching 16 to 18 hours of fitness a week, in addition to running, for myself with my dogs. And, that's all workout: yoga, cycle, calisthenics, weights, running, jogging. And I was still the weight, I was a little less, right? The weight that I am today, right? And I'll tell you right now, I weigh 180. I oscillate between 175 and 180. That's kind of my empty weight. Like it's called, if I did a 3 or 4 day fast, my empty weight is about 175. And then when you eat, right, that's what happens. So, and it depends entirely on what you're eating, right? If you're eating a bunch of salty food, then it's higher, all those things. Because of the pre-diabetes, I quit drinking during the week, all right? I quit drinking wine during the week. And let's face it, post-COVID, we were drinking a lot. I was drinking a lot. Every day. One, at least 2 every day. And then I went down to restricting, again, my carbs, which is a little harder to do with my dad living with us, right? Because all he really likes to eat are carbs. It's a brain thing. So that being said, this is a really fucking weird playlist and that didn't work. Interesting. Okay, well that playlist is fucked up. I'm gonna have to make a mark on this one. Okay, well that one's not working. Okay, let me do this one. Okay. So of course, right, I am struggling to get back to all kinds of things, right? I was starting to get on a really good routine when we went to Scotland, and then we came home, and shortly after that my dad fell, and we've been dealing with that for for a month. And now he's been home for a week, and it's a negotiation, right? He needs a little bit more support. I have to deal with, because instead of being on a cane, he's on a walker. And his dementia means that he had a hard reset, right? So we're dealing, it's like he moved in with us all over again. I don't know why I did that, because I'm going to need it in a minute. So there's a lot of lifestyle things going on, right? Just like you have a lot of lifestyle things going on. Plus, then let's add the holidays. And I gave up processed sugar about 15 years ago, because that's the big culprit. I don't drink soda. I drink coffee, water, and wine, and scotch. That's and gin occasionally. That's what I drink, right? I don't drink iced tea. I don't drink drinks. If I'm eating sugar, I'm eating sugar. Like I take it out of all of our food. We don't eat processed foods. I did all that, right? 15 years ago, and lost weight I guess I was 40 then, right? And my ideal weight is about 160, 165. That's my ideal weight. And, when I got the pre-diabetes and went to the dietitian, right, there were a lot of conversation about what my habits were, and we went over my habits, and I showed her my food diary, and she basically said, well, I can't help you because you're already doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? Takes me a long time to lose weight. I can keep it off forever, and I attribute that to the yoga, right? But I'm feeling, and there's a lot going on, right? There's genetics. There's health history. A menopausal woman. There's all kinds of things going on. And every time I've been seeing myself, here's what's happened. I've been videotaping the workouts that I'm doing with my dad in the chair work, right? And all you're looking at is my big, flabby, flat old lady ass, because I'm not on the cycle right now. So I need to go get on the cycle. That's my goal. But because I went from having J-Lo booty, teaching 4 to 5 cycle classes a week, to having flat old lady butt. And the women in my family are shaped like eggs. That's just the way it is. We're just shaped like eggs. So there's a lot of factors involved in all of this. And then the other thing is, I don't fucking diet. If I eat, I did start fasting at my DO's recommendation, just to help with the A1C, whatever it is, right? To help with the pre-diabetes. Because this, metformin, Wegovy, there's all these things, right, that you take when you have diabetes 1 or pre-diabetes, or you're trying, like the Wegovy was Ozempic, all those were diabetes medications that suddenly are now being used for weight loss. Everybody's getting super skinny again. And you know what? If that's your thing, that's your thing. I just spent an hour kind of researching microdosing. So here's the caveat to this. I don't take medication well. Medication does not treat me kindly. I'll take the antibiotics, I'll take the the prednisone if I if I'm sick, all those things. But I would prefer not to take medication because again, this asthma medication that I'm taking, I'm having the ancillary side effects that, are rare. I don't take medication well. And all you see on the ads for Wegovy or Ozempic or whatever is if you stop taking this medication, you will gain the weight back. That's the caveat. You got to take this medication forever, right? And then the list of side effects are nausea, vomiting, insomnia, bloat, GERD. I mean, there's just a list of miserable side effects that go along with these medications that a lot of people have said microdosing eliminates. So I was tempted. I went on. I spent an hour on a website that guaranteed affordability, right? That it would be affordable, that you don't need a prescription for it, and that they're going to microdose you to avoid all of those side effects. And guess what? It's $200 fucking a month. I'm not paying $200 a month. I don't give a shit. I'm keeping this. I'm keeping it. Fuck you. I'll get on the bike because I want to boost my booty. But I don't care. My clothes fit. I don't care what I look like on this video. And I don't think you should either. Because for $200 a month, that's not affordable. $200 a month is not fucking affordable. And $200 a month to shit, to vomit, to not sleep, to do all of fuck that noise. I just can't, I don't understand it. Anyway. So that's where I'm at. I am telling you, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not going to do it. I went through it. I did the thing. I took the quiz. I gave them most of my information, and they were like, oh, and by the way, this is going to be $200 a month. And I said, I don't think so, bitch. My playlists are all fucked up. Why are my playlists all fucked up? All right, well, I guess I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to have to spend some time on my playlists because this is bullshit. Okay. I might have to get rid of Spotify. And I know I'm supposed to because, music sharing, AI, all the things. I get it. But this is right now, it's the way I organize my music and my playlists. And that's how it's working right now. Someone just sent me a video about how it's not working and why I don't know. It was, and you know what? I acknowledge that there's only so much I can process. There's only so much bandwidth I have, and I don't have it for that right now. Anyway. So again, I don't know what this is. This is some kind of yoga. Let's start in comfortable seated position, shall we? Legs extended is staff pose. I'm sitting with my edge of my butt, my sit bones on this blanket to help rotate my pelvic cradle, to help me feel a little bit more comfortable on the mat. One leg out, one leg in. This is modified Z-sit. You control the strength of this stretch by the angle of the leg. This is adductor. This is hip flexor. This is adductor. A little piriformis maybe. If you are sitting like this and your knee is very high, toss a blanket, toss a bolster, toss a pillow underneath there to help support that knee. Or you can join me in pleasant seated pose, which is not crisscross applesauce, nor is it fucking lotus pose. Not a life skill, by the way. Both of my legs are in parallel on the mat. Again, if your knees are real high, grab a couple of blankets, grab a bolster, grab a pillow. I don't know. What do you have to support those legs so that you can relax and be as comfortable as you possibly can on the mat? Pulling your attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body, checking in, state and quality of the physical form. How you feeling? I'm having massive joint issues in this hip. I'm absolutely relating it to this medication that I'm taking that I am quitting right now. That I'm taking. It's an experiment, and I am feeling this. Fuck it, man. Fuck it. Pulling our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. Check in. How are you feeling? What's going on in your brain? What is your to-do list in this ho, ho, ho holiday season? Slide that shit off the side. Create and hold a nice, clear, open field of thought for the practice while we spend our time here on the mat. I desperately need some time on this mat. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your breath, and notice how you're breathing. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. All of the parts of the body that move the breath, I want you to pay attention to that. Notice how the breath moves. The body. Now, traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of our noses. You might not be able to do that, so just breathe. But we're going to lengthen the inhale and match it to the exhale. If you practice this Ujjayi, which is that victorious breath, it's this a very light valving at the back of your throat, creates a little hissing sound in your ear. Doesn't have to be Darth Vader breathing, doesn't have to sound like a pit of vipers, just so that you can hear it in your ear. If you're upsetting the dog, it's too loud. Let's exhale all the air out of the breath, out of the lungs. Jesus Christ, nice big inhale up. Reaching the fingers down towards the mat as you exhale that breath. That's what I meant to say. And release. Yes, I am feeling like a hot mess. You know why? Because I spent an hour of my time kind of getting sucked into this idea of just losing 10 or 15 pounds. Also, P.S., my A1C is like 0.5% above normal, so even less than that. I'm almost back to normal A1C. Tilt it to one side, which is really just what should be, right? I have low cholesterol. I have low blood pressure. I have all the things. I'm not unhealthy. It's just this thing in our brain, right? It's this weird, what do we call it? Indoctrination, right? This kind of conditioning to think that we are not valuable unless we are thin. Fuck. Nice big inhale up. Let's take a forward fold. Tracing the fingertips down. Resting on the forearms, knees, calves, ankle, block, or floor. I'm going to go block. And just embracing the fact that our bodies can do so much. Unwinding the spine, walking the hands back toward the body, stretch up to the ceiling, and exhale all those. Let's exhale the hands down. Jesus Christ. Tuck in the chin. I am just, my brain is going about a mile a minute. Bowing the chin forward, taking a tilt of the ear to the other side. Releasing the chin forward, tracing the fingertips around the front of the body, slowly stacking cervical spine. If you're sitting in something besides staff pose, let's change the placement of the legs. Do, 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 do. Little rock side to side, nice big reach on up. What are we going to do? I'm just going to cactus squeeze it. So cactus squeeze and C-curve. I've been doing this with my dad. Oh. He is a huncher. And he's a sloucher. And my goal is to get him a little bit taller and a little bit more open in his chest so that he's not hunched. Because what happens is when we slouch, you don't actually shrink. You shrink millimeters. Like shrinkage in old age is a fucking myth. Take it on up, trace the fingertips down for forward fold. You start to slouch. I mean, yes, our bone density, our bones, the space between our joints gets a little narrower. Things start to dry out, because that's the way it goes when we're growing wiser and taking more trips on the planet around the sun. Oh, unwind it. But this thing that we do, taking those hands back to the hips, bowing the chin, take a tilt of the ear over to one side, is this slouch. And then your muscles get longer and stronger in that position in the back and the shoulders. And then you get shorter and tighter and weaker in the muscles in the chest, right? Under the collarbone and the pecs, the delts, all those things. There's no balance between this uprightness of our body. Do I want to leave it like that? That was an awkward sentence, but sure, it's an awkward phrase. Bowing the chin forward, tracing the fingertips around the front of the body, slowly stacking cervical spine. But this idea that we can rock these shoulders back and lift the head, right, so that's stacked. Just a little tuck of the chin, the back of the head slides back so that it's directly over the base of the neck, right? That's work. This is work, and I had to engage my core to hold this all up because your head is very heavy. You can see if you look down, right? I'm trying to get my dad to walk on his walker without leaning on it. And that's the danger of a cane or a walker, is this idea that you lean on it. And it's really just for you to steady yourself. So I've been working with him just to rest his hands on the walker instead of leaning on it, because he does this. And I say, you're shrugging your shoulders up and he's like, I got to hang onto this walker. I said, no, you don't. You don't have to hang onto the walker. You need to stand up, right? And hold that up. This is really hard for him. If we are continuing doing this, right, get your ass on the mat, right? We're going to keep this balance between the chest and the shoulders and the upper back, right? And the placement of our head so that we're not hanging and being, I don't want to be a crooked lady. I want to be tall and standing up and holding my body weight. It improves your balance, does all the things. Who the fuck is this? Oh. All the things, right? We want to balance all the things. Mobility is just, it's a combo platter of all the things. Yes? Yes. All right. 2 hands on the mat. Knees at fist width, or knees, sorry, 2 fist widths. Whew. Knees on other side. I am using this block in between my ankles. I'm going to move my hands forward, out from underneath my shoulders. No 90-degree bullshit on those wrists. Inhaling at center. Let's Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin. Take the forearms down. Scoop the belly. Draw back into the fold. Open up those elbows a little bit more. Bow the chin. Look at my extra 15 pounds sitting on my belly. Keeps my head from going all the way down to the mat. Because I have very large thighs, tuck the chin, take thunder thighs. I have bowing the chin and releasing. I'm just owning it, man. I'm just going to own it. I have done this in the past. I say this to all of you here in the present. And you know what? We all need to remind ourselves that we are okay. We are good enough. And just inhaling forward. What the fuck? Lean. Oh my goodness. Right there. And what the fuck? Lean. Lean. And what the fuck? Lean. Angry cat. Tuck. Flat back. And tuck the chin, tuck the forearms, scoop the belly, and drop back into the fold. Little rock side to side. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Inhaling. What the fuck? Lean. And what the fuck? Lean. Angry cat. Tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes, press into the feet. I'm going to adjust my ankles. I want to feel my ankles stacked underneath the tibia. Tib-fib? Yep. Flatten the toes, Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, drop back into the fold. Little rock. Side to side. Ooh, something just popped back into place. Whew. Inhaling forward. The difference between air, right, those creaks and pops that we all experience as we move, that's air in the synovial fluid. Not synovial fluid. Is it synovial fluid? I don't know. Angry cat tuck. In the all of our joints have fluid in them, right? Flat back, tuck the toes, press into the feet. Coming forward, flattening the toes, right leg's going to lift. I'm going to press the sole of my foot toward the ceiling. I'm anchoring my body. Ooh, something just rolled into place again as well. And coming down. Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back. So cracking and popping and crunkling is air. When you get a deep thud, it's kind of a roll. It's a ligament or a tendon kind of moving back into place around the bone that it supports, around the joint that it supports. Angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes. Coming on forward, flatten the feet, flatten the tops of the toes, or go back to the top and press the left foot up. Scoop the belly. Oh, I'm feeling my core here. I'm getting a cramp. Coming on down, Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, drop back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. So what I know is I'm helping my dad with these chair workouts. What the fuck, Lean? Is that I'm getting a little workout myself. And I really need to treat myself better. Angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes. Press into the feet. Adjust those ankles. Come forward, rock all the way up into the feet. Ooh, big calf stretch here. Soften the elbows. Right foot coming off the mat. Ooh. Bring that down. Knees come down, Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, drop back in the fold, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Inhaling forward, what the fuck, lean. What the fuck, lean. Angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes, roll up into the feet. Soften the elbows, shrug the shoulders, my feet. Hands are starting to sweat. Get my... Left leg's gonna lift. Coming on down. Knees to the mat. Let's Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly. I had to think about that. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean. I'm gonna rock forward. I'm working through this hip girdle. Lift. Angry cat tuck. Tuck the toes, roll on up, step in. Right leg's gonna lift. Bend that knee, take that toe back across the body. We're gonna step forward. Adjust feet, adjust hands. I want some wide lateral space between those feet. Soften the knees. Nice, lovely reach of the arms. Crescent lunge, Anya Asana. Coming on down, I'm going to tuck my knee into the mat, lower that foot, worm the right foot even further forward, and press into that hip. Ho, 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 ho. All right, I'm going to plant my hands. I'm going to move my foot out. I'm kind of in this weird, awkward place. Tuck my back toe and press up to three-legged dog again. This is where we started. Bring that foot down. Bring the knees down. Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, drop back into the fold. Rock side to side. Let me just tell you. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean. What the fuck, lean. I can tell you, Angry Cat Tuck, that asthma medicine was actually helping me. I'm getting... Tuck those toes, press on up. I'm going to step in a little and increase the strength of the stretch to my calves. Soften the elbows, shrug the shoulders, lean back. Left leg's going to lift. Take that foot back across the body. Looking forward, I'm going to step up. Knees coming down, worming that front foot forward to my Ekapada Ustrasana, single-legged camel variation. You will never see me do full camel. It won't happen. Not a life skill, and plenty of potential to fuck up your back. I'm missing a book. I'm going to worm that foot out. Look at right here. Hands to the mat. I'm going to tuck into my right foot. Step up and stretch that left leg up. Three-legged dog. Bringing the knee down. That's not my knee. That's my foot. Well, it's my foot and my knee. And then come into the mat. Shakopakasana bow. Tuck the chin. Take the forearms down. Scoop the belly. Draw into the fold. Rock and roll. Side to side, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean. What the fuck, lean. Gotta make a little reminder here. Sorry, I'm thinking about it. And because I'm thinking about it, I have to write it down. Sorry, if I don't do this right now, are you with me? I will forget for the rest. It'll just leave my body. Tuck the toes. Come on up. I apologize, but I had to do it. Right leg's gonna lift. Take that knee back across the body. I'm letting the hip rotate up. I'm gonna step forward. Oh, you know what we forgot to do on the other side? We didn't do this crescent lunge, did we? I think we did. Oh, fuck if I know, my brain. You know. Coming on down, take the knee down, flatten the toe, worm that front foot forward. Ekapada Ustrasana. Lengthening the leg, keeping a soft bend in the knee. I'm taking the bow for the hamstring stretch. Hanuman bow. I'm going to move that foot out. So I have heard this called lizard pose. I'm not sure. Let's call it lizard just because that's what I know it as. My right foot is outside the edge of the mat, in parallel or in alignment with my hands. And my knee, though, is at 90 degrees. Whew. Deep. This is adductor and hamstring combo. I'm going to keep calling this lizard, I think. I'll look it up and see if there's actually a pose like that in my book. Move that foot back. I'm tucking my left foot to come up for my three-legged dog. Oh. I'm going to take my right foot across and reach out away from the edge of the mat. Lengthen that leg up. Coming back and down. Shakopakasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back into the fold. Rock it side to side, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean? I think I'm going to call this a higher energy morning groove. Even though I did a morning groove already, that's what I'm calling this. Angry cat. Tuck the toes, step forward. Big downward facing dog, soften the knees, leaning back, shrug the shoulders. Left leg lifts. Take that knee back. Whoa. I'm going to step forward. Adjust these feet. This is what I think we did skip last time. Crescent lunge. I got to pull up my pants. Come on. Woo. Nice, lovely crescent lunge. Soft in the knee. Now I'm going to come down and lower that knee. Yeah, I think I forgot that. Worm that left foot forward and press. Lengthen that leg, take a bow. Soft in the knee. All right, we're going to heel toe it out. Hands are on the mat. That foot, see how that foot is in alignment with this hand? And then I'm pressing into this hip, but that knee is back behind my heel. I'm soft in the elbows, but I'm pressed up out of the chest. I'm going to bring this foot back. I'm tucking my right foot in. I'm going to step up a skosh to accommodate this three-legged dog. Now I'm going to take this left foot across the body. I'm soft in the elbows. I'm shrugged up out of the chest. My head is relaxed. Lengthen that leg. Bring the foot down. Step it back to come into our Chakravartikasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back into the fold. Wiggle. Side to side, rock and roll the fingers. Inhaling forward. What the fuck, lean? Angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes. Roll into downward facing dog. Soft in the elbows. Soft in the knees. Rock back. Right leg's gonna lift nice and high. Take that knee back. Big reach. Oh, across the body. Oh, stepping forward. Right up into this crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Nice lateral spacing here. Soft in the knee. Coming on down to lower that knee. Worm the right foot forward. Press into the hip. I'm going to lengthen up for my Hanuman bow. That was a nice long length of leg. Terrible cue. All right, let's heel toe that foot out to the side. And now I'm going to move my hands a little further forward so I can press into this. Oh, whoo. All right, I'm going to lengthen this right foot without coming up into that three-legged dog to bring the knee forward for a pigeon pose. Now, y'all could do a runner stretch, which means that this leg would be in alignment. The calf would be in alignment with the back of the thigh. I'm going into pigeon pose because I'm working this hip girdle, which is just fucking killing me. And I do not know why. I'm going to be on the foam roller a little bit during Shavasana, just telling you right now. I really should do some hip work on the foam roller. Maybe I'll do that on Sunday. I'm going to lift up just for a little stretch through the left hip flexor. All right, let's slide the left foot up. Rotate that right foot. Chakravarkasana bow. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back, rock and roll side to side. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. God, I love fucking yoga. Inhaling forward. What the fuck? Lean. Come on, people. Right there. And lean. Angry cat. Tuck. Flat back. Tuck the toes. Rock it on up. Take your feet forward for this calf stretch. Downward facing dog. Soft in the knees. Soft in the elbows. Shrug the shoulders away from the ears. Engage the core. Nice long flat back. Lengthen that leg up. Bend that leg back. All right, we're going to step forward for our crescent lunge. Now, lateral space. I move my right foot out. I place my left foot wide. Soft in the knee. Nice, lovely reach of the arms. We're going to come down, lower that knee, flatten the toe, worm that front foot forward, press into that hip. All right, lengthen the leg, soft bend in the knee. All right, I'm going to heel toe that foot out, and I'm going to take this deeper press in this low, I'm going to call this lizard. All right, I'm going to lengthen that leg straight back to come forward for my pigeon. Starting here. I'm going to come on up to my hands. I want to stretch through that hip flexor. Again, you could be in runner's stretch, right? Where that calf is in alignment with the hamstring. Oh, I'm going to drag my knee up. Come on back. I'm moving this block to come into a frog pose. Tucking those toes together. Widening the knees. I'm on this blanket, tucking those hips back as far as I can get. Come into the forearms. I have no fucking idea what day it is. Anyway, morning groove. This is going to be amp up those fucks. All right, I'm going to come on up to the hands. I'm going to bring these knees in. I'm going to take a little hero's pose. You don't have to. Grab a drink of water. Again, I'm working through this right hip bullshit. So I want to stretch all of those muscles that make up those insertions for that hip girdle. Let's walk it forward. I was going to cut that rant out, but you know what? Fuck it. It's the fucking yoga channel. You can fast forward to that bullshit. I don't care. You ready to lay down? We're gonna do some work. Not quite done yet. I am gonna move this block. Whew, little rock side to side. Woo! All right, let's take some windshield wiper sweeps. Tilting the knee over. Oh, okay. We're gonna work through repetitions and then we're gonna take a stay. That is the most selfish thing I'm gonna do in a yoga flow. All right, I'm going to go over to that first side. I'm taking, so I went to the left. I'm taking my left foot and laying it on top of my right. Ho, 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 ho. Fudge. Why am I even bothering with that? Fuck! Oh, I'm going to go lay like this and then run the thumper right in here, right there. Oh, unhook that leg. Oh, little rock side to side. And take it over to the other direction and then hook that foot. Unhook that leg. All right, what are we gonna do? We're gonna take some figure fours. So right ankle over to left leg, externally rotate that leg with the hand, just press to the inner thigh. Slide the fingers up the legs. Inhale, unwind, press to the inner thigh. Oh, I'm crying a little. Slide those fingers up. Oh, unwind, press into the inside of that thigh. And last time. And release. All right, left ankle over right leg. Externally rotate that leg manually. Sliding the finger up the leg. Don't hold your breath. Exhale on that. Draw up. Tell my dad that all the time. To exhale. Don't hold your breath. And exhale. Oh, oh, oh. All right, I'm going to use the strap to take some adductor. Nope. Well, yes, I'm going to adductor stretch. I'm going to piriformis stretch. I'm going to hamstring stretch. So the beautiful thing about the strap or a prop of some kind that lengthens the your lever of your arms is that you can really get into this leg. So maybe this is where you're at, right? That you might be getting the most loveliest of stretches right here with soft bend in the knee, dorsal flex on the foot. I'm going to come up to my stretch. I'm actually pushing a little into the left foot to strengthen the tilt of my pelvic cradle. Reaching on up with the hand. I'm taking the strap in my right hand. If you don't have a strap, just take the hand around the up knee and rest your elbow on the mat. We're going out to this adductor stretch. I'm going to draw up. Now I'm going to go piriformis stretch. I want you to press your right hand into your right hip. I want you to engage that shoulder down on the mat, and I want you to keep your body, ribs, shoulder, ribs, hip. No, we're not twisting up and over. This is, hamstring. For me, it's hamstring. Piriformis, though. IT band. Oh. I mentioned I'm tearing up here. Son of a bitch. Okay. Woo. Same thing. If you don't have a strap, just hang on to the back of the leg, but make sure that the leg is as long as you can get it, hip to heel, without locking that knee or a big steep bend, and drawing on up. I'm going to push into my right foot. I'm going to go up with this left hand on that strap or around the knee and let that leg hang. But I've got a soft bend in my knee, dorsal flexing the foot. I'm not giving up that placement of leg. Oh, coming on up. All right, left hand on the left hip. Shoulder, tricep, ribs, hip. Stay on the ground. Oh, now that is piriformis right there. Son of a gun. Little IT band. Oh, breathe. Oh, unwind it. Whew. All right, Apanasana, fingertips over the tops of the knees. Inhaling at center. Exhaling, drawing up and in. Tilt the tailbone up into the sky. Inhaling, unwind. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And one more time. Hug those knees up and in. All right. Where are you going to take relaxation? Get cozy body temperature wise. Add a pair of socks. Add a sweatshirt. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how warm your studio or your place is. Get comfortable. Full arm. No, let's go back. Legs extended, arms at your sides, palms up. Traditional Shavasana. Feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling. Nice midway point. Arms can be anywhere. The other thing is if you are laying in full Shavasana, you're just there, but you're feeling hips and low back, tuck a pillow or a blanket under the back of your legs. If you're gestating a human being fully and completely on your own autonomous will, lay on whatever side you're allowed to lay on. Pillow between your knees. Hug a pillow. Support your head. You could take seated meditation if you want to keep your energy level a little higher. I am going to take a little foam roller work. So don't mind me. I'm going to cry a little bit. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your forehead, around the eyes, through the temples. Taking a moment to relax all the tiny little muscles and nerve endings. Around the eyes, through the cheeks. Unclench the teeth. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. Give me a little shake of the head, no. Shrug the shoulders. Shimmy those arms. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. And let the upper body rest on the mat or toward the floor. Pulling that attention and awareness from the base of the neck down through the rib cage, through the shoulder blades, through the waist, into the tailbone. Lift the hips. And let the body and the torso rest toward the mat. Give me a little tension through the quads, the calves. Lift the legs, stretch through. Rock and roll an ankle, wiggle the toes, and then let that leg rest toward the floor. Do the same on the other side. Nice long lift of the leg, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles, and then let that leg rest toward the mat. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. Check in and quiet the mind. There might be a lot going on in your brain. Things might be trying to make themselves known. Let's just shh. A little while longer. Breathe into that silence. Pull some deeper breaths into the lungs. Big filling inhale, big sighing exhale. Wiggle the fingers. Wiggle the toes. Roll the wrists, roll the ankles. reach those arms out to the side. Big, big, big open arm stretch, and then come up into the T. Bring a knee up, give it a squeeze. Bring the other knee up, give it a squeeze. If you're in seated, just extend your legs and take a nice, lovely folded staff pose. Taking a rock side to side, rolling from one hip across the low lumbar to the other. Until you're ready to rock completely over to one side. Resting your head on your arm. And then rolling that upper body off the mat or peeling it, coming on back to seated position. Whatever that looks like for you might not be the same as it was when we started. Taking a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. Noticing how you feel on this end of the practice as opposed to the beginning. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your breath, and feel how your lungs are moving, how your body's moving. And finally, checking in with your brain. Let's set some guidelines for how we're going to think and move through our day to day. Yes? Or the rest of your day or your night. I don't know. I don't know where you are at. I'm going to guide you as though you are getting your day started. What absolutely must be done today? I mean, because there's a lot of shit on my list that doesn't have to be done today. Blinking our eyes open, releasing practice, letting all of that go and honoring your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Listen, Mama Jammas, some days it's easy, some days not so much. There's mental noise, there's emotional noise. It still feels like the world is on fire. That's all I got. Grace and kindness, motherfuckers, let me tell you, I had to go out and about in the world on Tuesday and Wednesday. And people, grace and kindness, come on. There is no need for it. No need for it. At all. My name is Juliet. This is the fucking yoga company, Yoga for the Rest of Us, all of the benefits. None of the fitness bullshit. There's plenty of bullshit here, but it has nothing to do with fitness. Well, a little bit, maybe. My rant today had something to do with fitness, but that's all right. You know what? Love your body. If it's doing what it needs to do for you I'm going to keep this. I'm just keeping it. It's fit. Anyway. That's all I've got. Ciao. Stop recording.